The school bell echoed through the empty halls, a haunting reminder of what used to be. Cheong High School had fallen silent after the outbreak, the usual chaos replaced by a more sinister one. Blood smeared the once bright walls, and abandoned backpacks lay scattered like forgotten dreams. Jisoo clutched a metal ruler, her knuckles white as she pressed her back against the supply closet door. The muffled groans of the undead outside sent shivers down her spine. Beside her, Minho was feverishly wrapping his bloodied arm with a piece of torn uniform. "You sure you weren't bitten?" Jisoo whispered, her voice trembling. Minho looked up, his eyes a mix of exhaustion and fear. "It was just a scratch. I swear." She wasn't convinced. She'd seen enough of her classmates turn within minutes after claiming it was just a scratch, but Minho had been her friend since kindergarten. She couldn't bring herself to question him further. "Okay," she said, handing him a makeshift bandage. "But if you start acting weird, I'll lock myself in a room." "You won't have to do it." Jisoo nodded, though she doubted it would ever be that easy. The sound of shuffling feet outside grew louder, and the groaning turned into guttural snarls. The zombies were close. "Where do we go from here?" Minho asked, wincing as he tightened the bandage. "Roof," Jisoo said without hesitation. "If we can get to the roof, we can signal for help. Someone's bound to see us. And if no one does?" She didn't answer. The unspoken truth hung heavy between them. No one was coming. The world outside the school was likely just as bad, if not worse. Suddenly, the door behind them rattled violently. Both of them froze. "Someone's in there," a voice called from outside. "Please, open up." Jisoo hesitated. "A survivor? Or a trap?" "We can't risk it," Minho whispered. But Jisoo's fingers were already on the doorknob. She swung the door open to reveal a trembling first-year student clutching a fire extinguisher. His glasses were cracked, and he looked like he hadn't stopped running for hours. "Thank you," he gasped, stumbling in. "They're everywhere. I barely made it." "What's your name?" Jisoo asked. "Daeho," he stammered. "I was in the library when it started. Everyone just changed." "Library?" Minho's voice was sharp. "That's on the other side of the school. How did you get past them?" I don't know," Daeho said, avoiding Minho's gaze. "I just ran." Jisoo frowned but decided to let it go. "We're heading to the roof. You're coming with us." They moved cautiously through the halls, the groans of the undead growing fainter as they climbed the stairs. The school felt like a labyrinth, every turn a potential ambush. Jisoo led the way, her grip on the ruler tightening with each step. When they finally reached the rooftop door, their relief was short-lived. The handle was chained and padlocked. No, Jisoo muttered, yanking at the chain. "Look," Minho said, pointing to the far end of the hall. A horde of zombies was shuffling toward them, their lifeless eyes locking onto the group. "We're out of time." Daeho screamed, backing away. Jisoo's mind raced. There was no way they could fight them off. But then she noticed the fire extinguisher in Daeho's hands. "Give me that," she said, grabbing it. She aimed at the horde and squeezed the trigger, releasing a cloud of white foam that temporarily blinded the zombies. "Find the key," she shouted. "Minho."